Well, News Nation's Jorge Ventura is live with the very latest tonight. Jorge, as it stands, these men are still in El Salvador tonight. What do we know about them?
Yeah, that's right, Natasha. This is still a controversial move. Last week in the Trump administration deporting 261 illegal aliens to the mega prison El Salvador just last week. And the Trump administration says that 238 are Venezuelan nationals suspected to be Tren de Aragua gang members, as well as 23 alleged members of the Salvadorian gang MS-13. The rap sheets include and range from robbery, kidnapping, assaulting a police officer, and sexual abuse of a child. This footage from El Salvador's government shows the shackled prisoners stumbling forward as heavily armed officers push them along their wrists, ankles, and waists, tightly bound, forcing them to shuffle in short, restricted steps before they are loaded one by one onto special units and military buses and transferred to a terrorism confinement center where they are scheduled to stay for at least 1 year. As a showdown continues between the Trump administration and the federal judiciary, President Trump said Friday that the migrants did receive some sort of due process.
Well, I was told that they went through a very strong vetting process and that that will also be continuing in El Salvador. But these are rough people. We want them out of our country. And I won the election based at least partly on that.
And at this moment, Natasha, it's still unclear if those Venezuelan nationals, the suspected Tren de Aragua gang members, if they will be deported to Venezuela or if they'll be staying in El Salvador's mega prison for longer than a year. That still remains unclear at this moment.
Okay, appreciate that update. And Jorge, we're also hearing reports of dozens of TDA gang members being arrested this week. What can you tell us about that?
There have been a string of arrests of Tren de Aragua gang members across the United States, and one of those did include a high-ranking member, a Venezuelan national, arrested in Cobb County, Georgia, this week. That is Ricardo Gonzalez. He had an arrest warrant out of Chicago Police Department for kidnapping and also for 2 counts of first-degree murder and attempted first-degree murder. He's accused of kidnapping 3 female victims in Chicago and taking them to an alley where all 3 victims were shot in the head. 2 of them died at the scene. One of them did survive, escape, and called 911. Gonzalez is now awaiting extradition to Chicago, and DHS Secretary Kristi Noem posting this video on X claiming that ICE arrested 68 TDA gang members this week alone.
Under President Trump, America's borders are closed to lawbreakers. Follow the law, and you'll find opportunity. Break it, and you'll find consequences.
This also comes as Venezuelan officials say that as of tomorrow, they will once again accept deported Venezuelan nationals to their home country. That is still developing. Natasha, we're also learning that the Navy is also going to be deploying a guided missile destroyer to the southern border to support those border operations under President Trump's executive order. The Navy says that this guided missile destroyer will expand the military's maritime presence in response to achieving operational control at the border and gives the military a direct role in stopping threats before they reach American shores. Natasha.
All right, Jorge Ventura with that live report for us from San Antonio. Thank you.
Thanks for watching. Go to joinnn.com to find News Nation on your screen. And don't forget to click the red subscribe button below to get more of News Nation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.